Hello. Now, new sort of astute viewers may have noticed that I've played this game a little bit between episodes. Things have moved on about a year or so. There's a very good reason for that, which is I felt that we were turning less into Timberwolf plays OpenTTD and more into Timberwolf does tedious network organizing and optimization. So I thought I'd do that sort of tedious optimization offline. So this is why Newcastle Banktop has grown a bit. It's approaching the point of kind of spaghettification where there's not much more that I can do with this without very much redesigning it and tearing it apart. And I don't want to do that because a lot of the current capacity issues are just down to the fact that the trains we have don't have a huge amount of capacity per unit length. So that will improve as we get better wagons in the future. So I'm not going to touch that too much yet. What I do want to do is start using some of this pig iron from West Winchester Furnace. So look at that, 400 tons of it. That in itself would be quite a good route. And I need to build a blast furnace. So let's have a look first at the blast furnace. So I say blast furnace. This is a blast furnace. Sorry, a basic oxygen furnace. So let's have a look at the basic oxygen furnace and have a look at that chain. So its inputs are pig iron, which are sort of around here, which is yes. So the pig iron here we will get, but there's these other things that we'll need to make this effective, which is the manganese, the quicklime, and the oxygen. So what we need to do is look at where we can get those from. So let's link this up to the small map. And what we have here. So obviously here is our blast furnace. Over here is the bulk terminal, Leicester, which we want to use. We have a lime kiln as well, which we're using. Let's have a look. So a lime kiln has 675 tons of quicklime. So that's going to be rather useful to connect up. And then these cryo plants, which just produce kind of oxygen. So we got two of them. We got one up here. So we'll need to bring that from down here. And one down here, Sugarloaf Hill. Now, these, by the way, a cryo plant. There's really not much you can do with it. It produces a fixed amount of oxygen, and that's kind of it. So we rather want to make sure we've got access to both of those. So what this is saying is that a good place really to build this is going to be around here, around this sort of open area here. Let's look somewhere kind of nice and flat. So I think around here by this lake would be good. And there goes our tax bill. That's not too bad. Not too bad. So we want to be able to fund this. So let's have a look. And I know already that it's 2.5 million. So I don't quite have the money. But what we can do is we've got some investments. So this is why it's useful to make these investments early on, because this is kind of another 200 grand that I just got for free, effectively. So I'm going to build my basic oxygen furnace. We'll pop that down there. Let's start all. Yes, now we're back at sort of only having 100,000, but that will open up quickly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and build out this station. So here I want to build kind of a steel mill station, but as of my usual thing, I don't want to distant join it. So I'm just going to start out and build some kind of fences round here. There we go. Let's put some facilities into that. So what do we have? We have this. This looks quite nice. Sort of gantry crane. That looks rather good. So let's put one of those in. Yes, that looks good. Then just have a nice little facility. So maybe this high security sheds. Maybe this brick warehouse actually looks quite appropriate. Fits in sort of reasonably well. And then just the station. So let's pop that station in there. Yeah, so let's go for oh, actually, this hasn't gone all the way out, has it? This needs another couple of fixtures to make it go there. Let's just pop that there. That should make it a little road. There we go. That looks nice. So let's build the steel mill station. So I'm going to build it out as a 6x2. I think for now. And then let's have a think. So the entrance is going to come in from here, and it's going to exit out here. So let's build the exit tracks, build them with some nice looping turns so the trains can get up to speed quickly. That's going to come along here. Now, so we need to get down to kind of here. This is fairly lightly trafficked, so I'm going to reuse some of my existing salt network to do that. So that comes up there. That'll be fine. That's how that enters. And we also need to bring the trains in on this. So let's do that. Let's build that across there. I could avoid having too many of these bridges, but I'm not too worried about them just yet. So that will go there, and that goes there. It's double bridge, but it should be okay. It should be fine. We could spend, yeah, let's spend that. That's a bit of an extravagance, but not too much of one. So that can go there. We can put our normal kind of, this is our block signal and our exit signal here. There we go. We can then just go back to the path signals for this. So this is all fairly standard. So no great surprises here in terms of how we build these stations. 3 is now becoming our sort of standard signaling length, signaling depth. I think it may bite us as it becomes expensive, or it may not. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. As ever, no, not particularly obsessive about this. And we also need some waypoints. We need a waypoint for the load. So this is going to be pig iron. Should put that now. If I use the ISR stations, then use the raw materials. Oh, it doesn't let me have. Will it let me put some pigs in here? No. It will only put pigs in there when there are actually pigs to go there. So we can't have a stupid pun with the pigs. That's been spoilt for us by cargo types. Let's build the station back out. There we go. That's okay. Maybe some find some way to put pigs in there. So that's looking quite good now. That's all quite decent. Now we need to get down to the where did we put? Yes, there we go. There's the basic oxygen furnace. So this is going to be quite a busy station. So I want to kind of keep my unload side probably here. This is going to be my unload side. So no 2x6. Make it a 3x6. That should be okay. Nice, nicely balanced 3x6. So this will be how that comes out. There we go. That's going to be the exit route. The exit road kind of goes up there, goes up there. It's not the most efficient route. Like we could do a direct route, and maybe we will in future when there's enough trains going over it. But for now this is probably okay. This doesn't need to be totally direct. So put some nice entrance roads into that, so that go there. And then also maybe the depot. So the depot and get it set up like that. So that can come into there. Actually, it's a drop-off, isn't it? It doesn't really need an overflow depot, so nothing's really going to overflow. It's more efficient for it to just wait. So it's not so efficient so obsessive with overflows. So that can come around there. This is going to be another one of those tracks, a little bit like the sort of things the AI builds, where it just goes for what's the most efficient way I can get there, rather than the most aesthetically pleasing, with some tracks nicely kept together. But a little bit of that. You can indulge in just going, it's fine, it's just quick. So that can be path-based, so that's fine. So that can go there, that can get there. We have a route. Or do we? Now what we need is, before we get all too excited with that, is a depot here. And also, we need waypoints for the Westminster offload, because we don't do that. That will then that will cause problems. There we go. That's all good down there. So that's all looking okay. So everything that goes to Westminster Furnace now. So what groups do we have? Colston Newcastle, which now needs to go via the Westminster unload. That's fine. What other groups do we have? Things that go better with Coke. So that needs to also go via this. This is just... It's not that likely this would happen. Okay, so but mainly because of the routing and how trains can get in here. But what we would have... Let's see that. That's not going via the drop-off. So that's fine. There you go. So, yes, we've got a couple of iron ore trains. I think we've only got 2 iron ore mines, so that should have coped with it. And then there's furnace limestone, which goes from here. This actually have this goes via the unload. That's good. Furnace limestone. Yeah, so things get better. Okay, that's fine. And this is just to stop the trains kind of doing something really mad, where they go, oh, I can't route through here, but the Pathfinder says it's still valid for me to go all the way around here, all the way around here, all the way up and down here, and suddenly you find a train going the wrong direction around here, making a horrible mess. So, going to try to avoid that. Now, Pig Iron. This really needs the highest tractive effort. So in fact, now 825 at 80 kilonewtons versus 86. Deans or doing. I'm going to go with Drummond Class C's actually. Let's see how these do. So Bolster Wagon, yeah. So Bolster Wagon is still quite slow, but that's not too bad. So you want a similar thing. We want 180 tons. Oh, that's interesting. These are more dense. In fact, do we go all the way up to 192 tons? The 168. I think we go for 192. There we go. So pop that. That may be a little bit beyond what these trains can do, but let's try. Let's at least try this. So Bruce Groves Heath Furnace. And I know that this is going to have a load and an unload in future, so they're just going to set this up now. Oh, I lost my train. Shouldn't have closed all the windows. There we go. But I bring it back anyway because I know it's ungrouped train, so it's fine. That then go via there. And this will lead to full load, and that I am making sure. Yes. Great. Let's create a group for the Pig Iron trains. There we go. So there we go. So Pig Iron there. Let's drag that into there. I know that I'm going to need lots of these, so let's go to here and let's just do that right away. So hold down Control, clone them. Let's start with that. I think that should be good. There we go. So that's all good. So that's going to run around there. That should hopefully load up with Pig Iron. Let's see if that actually works. Then there we go. So it's all doing good. So, yes, so that's nicely hidden from view. So we can't really see it load up. Never mind. Let's see there. Let's wait for that to build up. Come on. Yes, our endless wait for another bus, and I think there is one at some point. There's a Daimler Chorobunk or something that comes up, but I think it may even be not until the 1890s that it arrives. So might be stuck with these loss-making buses for a long time. Now, I could go and mess with this. Let's have a look at how disastrous these are. These like give not. This is now costing 2,000 years. It's not too bad. Let's sort by age. Let's try to find the oldest ones. Ooh, the stagecoaches. These are getting really old. This is really old. It needs upgrading. It's not costing us that much. It's mostly just that passenger networks aren't really that profitable. This one's a bit expensive. Oh, look at that lovely Pig Iron. Nice stacks of it sitting there. That's all good. So there we go. Let's we do anything about these horses. So let's have a look at why these horses are not really replacing themselves. So Bruce Grove, that's bad, but the Carbons Bay ones, why did they not replace themselves? They go near a. Do they go near a depot? Maybe actually what I need is just to send them to a service. Now, available vehicles. What do I have available? Yeah, you can still build stagecoaches. So I think this may be just that the depot is not close enough to the route that they are going for servicing. So I'm just going to send these for servicing. See if they actually replace themselves. There we go. The cheeses are. These are all enterprises which they're just going to get old. Send these for servicing. Send these for servicing because basically the auto replace. The way that the auto replace works is as soon as a vehicle goes into a depot, it's checked to see should it auto replace. So this kind of means that let's clear out some of these old replacements. Anything we're trying to replace? No, that's fine. I wonder why that's saying. There we go. So I just want to stop replacing those vehicles. So there's no real good reason for this. It just stops it feeling so untidy. You see all these little arrows in the menu. So there we go. So that's those. Let's go. Ooh, why did I do that? There we go. That's better. So let's go back to the pig iron here. There's already a nice, decent amount of them. They're coming down here. Have any of them dropped anything off yet? No. This I think is the first one. So let's watch that come down here. Slowly. This is be tremendously exciting. We get our first drop off pig iron, and yet another industry chain opened up. We're doing. We're not going to pay much in the way of tax or dividends this year. We've opened up these industries, and this happens. By the way, I'll show you a setting in villages. So this is another villages thing. Just manage industries. What that says is it stops the kind of thing where some maps, especially sort of island maps. Now, how well did that do? Stop wittering on about other game details. Get back onto what this is doing. Yeah, so that looks quite good. So, yes, if you play on an island map, there is, depending on your industry density, there is a number of industries that OpenTTD tries to aim for and tries to maintain on the map. But sometimes you have a high sea level, or a lot of islands on a large map. That density still is way too large, and you still end up way too many industries lurking on the map, getting in the way. So villages have this set up where, now I actually built a. No, that's a river. There's actually a river up that. I thought the AI built a canal there, but no, it looks like it's actually a river. Keep on track. The villages, OpenTTD has this thing where it will keep opening industries, and sometimes the density gets too much. Villages is villages says, well, actually, you will only get new industries if you're serving the kind of most of the existing ones. If you're not servicing most of the existing ones, you won't get new industries. But that causes a problem when you have, and I may have mentioned this before, when there are new types of industries that are available after you've started the game. They won't get generated on map load, but because you don't serve all of the industries that were generated on map load, you don't get new industries. So that's why we're having to kind of build these. But it's not a totally awful thing. It is letting us plan sort of how we actually want this to work, where we want industries, where we don't want them. Let me just build a couple more of those. Oh, that's actually very useful. That is actually immediately useful. It's a small upgrade to the existing Class C. It's from 86 clinicians to 88. 750 to 850. It's not an enormous improvement, but it is an improvement. So let's do that. So let's set that going. This is going to be difficult because they're so similar. It's going to be kind of hard to see which is which, but let's upgrade those. Let's go with that. So 202 now is the last one that I'm going to do with that. So let's do that. I'm going to leave the other ones as they are, I think. Sort of. Let's see, actually. So these still get to 40 miles per hour. So there's no real reason to mess with the ones we created. But with that, the new ones we should use the best available train for these, because this is relatively heavy cargo. Oh, that's a problem. So now what we could do with that is there is a solution for this, which we could just distant join the waypoints. And as I said, distant joining waypoints I think is fair. I don't think it's quite such a bad thing to do. So let's do that. That's better. Just put this sort of signal box on the entrance to the station. Sort of fairly prototypical. I think it's sort of realistic-ish. Yes, Luminous Blob's getting old. We know Luminous Blob's old. It's a legacy going there. There we go. That's Westminster Woods could do with more coal, but no, I don't want to go near that. I spent enough time optimizing this, and now it's working. It's okay. But we do need another coke train. There we go. Let's have another coke train, just because we know that's going to feed through into our pig iron production as well. So that's going to make everything extra excellent around here. Oh, this still more pig iron. So which one is this? This is the Drummond class C. So I think that's the new one, isn't it? 750. No, Drummond is the old one. Oh no, I'm getting lost. Maybe I should upgrade all of these because I want to use the Holmes ones rather than the Drummonds. Where's a Holmes one? There. That's a Drummond. That is a weird problem. Ah, no, that's an entirely understandable problem. So this is happening. This may in fact be that I already have enough trains. This is happening because those are going off to try to find the waypoint. They're going to end up having to go all the way round and then come back. Now, this is maybe a problem. There's a little stack here waiting for salt trains. There is this. Why does this happen? Salt trains still get to 40, so it's not too much of a problem. This is going to be another. No, there is a very real reason for this. Which, let's see. Is there enough gap between trains for me to do this? Yes, there is. This, right. So let's reduce the signalling distance. That didn't really do. Why didn't that not work? There we go. That's better. So reduce the signalling distance. So we get better density on that section of line. Pop some signals there as well. Oh, there's a signal there. It's fine. There we go. Just so we get a bit better density on that. And things don't have to wait quite as much. There we go. So this is looking better now. Why does that want to go in there? Oh, yes, because it's an overflow. So this is fine now. This suggests that we've probably got a few too many. This is a Drummond, so actually I could sell that. I'm quite happy to sell that, and it's not a problem. So there we go. So hopefully we should have more trains arriving soon. So that's all good. There we go. So that's pig iron connected. That's all rather pleasing. So there, that's a nice place. Yeah, so Grushkovy furnace. These are all coming through. This is all looking quite good compared to the earlier efforts, which where we were sort of mired in this kind of optimization pain. We were just adding too many trains. This is not too bad. This is actually quite sort of pleasant. That bus problem is still growing, isn't it? Maybe we should go and have a look at those and see. We'll have the other ones replaced. Actually, let's look at these. So these have replaced. Ah, yes. At least that's solved. That's good. I'm pleased at that being solved. Limestone's rating very good. That train's going to come and fill up anyway. That's not too bad. Don't want trains constantly waiting. There's a little bit of a slowdown up here. Do we want to worry about that slowdown, or do we just want to leave it? It's not too bad. It's fine. Let's not get into that. I think we're getting up to our run time, so I think that's probably a good enough place to leave it. We achieved something new. We spent lots of money. Now we're making profit again. So I shall see you in a future episode.